Hey everybody, this is Ramus181 here. This is going to be a bit of a different episode. I have spent the past couple of, 3 weeks or more, very sick. And I haven't been able to record anything, so I am just going to do a very minimal episode here to just bring you up to date and talk to you a little bit about what's been going on. So, when I say that I was sick, I can't put into words just how sick I was. I had COVID. I have COVID. I am beyond the point where I'm contagious, thankfully, but I'm still going to be isolated in my house for the next couple of weeks. And, excuse me, I want to talk to you about what COVID was like for me. Both my wife and I had it. And we worried about our mortality. Not to be a negative episode, but I want to be honest. We got sick a week and a half before Christmas. And started feeling pretty miserable right away. We had the cough, we had the muscle aches, bit of brain fog, things were just not good. And so we got tested, and my wife tested positive, and I tested negative. And we both had the symptoms, and we were both getting much worse. And I ended up going and getting tested a second time several days later, still tested negative, and found out that, roughly 20% of COVID tests actually give a false negative. But we ended up with a very bad case, both of us. My wife was worse than I was, but she almost ended up in the hospital. Her oxygen levels were borderline, and things got bad enough that we had to sit down and have very serious talks about our future and whether we had one. We were writing out what belonged to who, and attempting to make some basic arrangements in case one of us passed away. So, we are getting better finally. My wife has been cleared to go back to work because I didn't get an actual positive test. I have to wait to go out in public until 14 days after she got cleared. And honestly, that's okay, because doing much more than walking from one side of the house to the other absolutely exhausts me. We are watching out for some of the other symptoms of COVID. If you're not aware, there's a percentage of people who get COVID who recover from it or seem to recover from it, and then several weeks later end up getting blood clots or a stroke, and they end up dying. And this is after they had been cleared. So, we've got several weeks of just kind of being careful and hoping that nothing else goes wrong. Now, with all of that being said, I want to just point out that the reason that we got sick is because we live in an area where a large percentage of people don't wear their mask. They think that COVID is a hoax. They think that if COVID is real, it's nothing more than just a bit of a flu. And I want to say that those people are wrong. And I can't express how angry it makes me that people are being so careless in a pandemic. That people don't care about anybody but themselves. So, wear your mask. And get the vaccine. And if you want to argue with that, don't bother commenting, because I'll just delete the comments. And that's what I've got to say on that topic. So now that I've got that out of the way, let's get on to the more fun stuff. I haven't been able to do any recording in the past several weeks because of how sick I was, but that didn't mean that I wasn't busy. Playing Minecraft was something that I could do that, just kind of took my mind off of things. So, I decided that I needed to, do something to keep myself busy. So I'm just going to show you around here. Let me show you what I've done here. I mean, it's a little bit fun. You probably have noticed this, and it wasn't here a couple of weeks ago. But let me show you what it does. A lot of times I'm going to need a lot of smooth stone, or just regular stone, or I'm going to need to smelt some sand into glass, or whatever, and I was over at my old base, and I was doing that in order to, build a lot of this stuff, and in order to smelt a shulker box full of cobblestone into smooth stone, because you have to smelt into stone and then the stone into smooth stone, it took about 40 minutes. I'm going to show you this. I just throw, say, 5 stacks in there. That didn't go. And that goes to my new Super-smelter. let's see what we got. We got a little bit more coming here. I hope. Okay, so looks like I've still got a few bugs to work out. Yeah, I seem to be missing an entire stack of stone here. But let me just... okay, that would be the result of Enderman here. But okay, so I've decided on two different smelting systems. The first smelting system isn't complete yet, but basically what I plan on doing very shortly is, if I've got any items, say, if I end up filling my cobble silo and I've got overflow, what it'll do is it'll just automatically send the overflow into this super smelter, turn it all into stone, and then throw it back into my sorting system into the stone. And any extra stone it'll throw in here and turn into smooth stone. Any sand will get turned into glass, things like that. Then the other system, the one that I just showed you, if I need something immediately, I just go and grab, a bunch of stacks of cobble and toss it down that hole, and it throws it into this super smelter. I'm just gonna find a good location to show it to you. Yeah, here it is. And I've got 340 furnaces right here. So when I throw stuff down here, it automatically throws it into all 340 of these smelters, and once it's done, it takes all of that and shoots it out here and back up to where I was standing, and it's all good. Now, obviously, I seem to be having some problems because I missed just about a stack of stuff, but I'm still just kind of working the kinks out. Now, something like this requires a lot of fuel, and that's why the last episode I went and found the bamboo, so that I could build this bamboo farm. And it's pretty straightforward. It just grows and grows, and every time one of these observers sees a new piece of bamboo in front of it, it breaks the bamboo. And I'll just show you here. I got a little button. It breaks it down, and there you go. Now, how this works. I just decided to break them all using a piston system. I didn't want to build all of those pistons, so I just used a row of slime blocks, and I break it up with those smooth stone blocks. And you'll notice the furnaces here. There's some down there as well, and then some in front of the slime blocks, because furnaces can't be moved by slime blocks. And they can't stick to slime blocks. It makes it so that this whole system actually works. And underneath the bamboo farm, the row of bamboo, I've got a rail cart system that's just going and collecting all of this stuff. And every time this thing breaks, I get 15 stacks of bamboo, which isn't bad. And it just tosses it into a water stream, and that water stream feeds chests. All of these chests. And these chests use a rail cart to feed all of the furnaces. And I didn't design this myself. This monster of a system was actually designed by Tango Tek on the Hermitcraft server. I was not able to follow his he didn't create instructions for it. He didn't create a tutorial. He just built it, and a guy named Sbeev managed to figure out how it was built and created a tutorial. And it was a little bit different from how I did this. He used rail carts to fill all of the fuel mine carts, and I didn't like that, so I actually just modified this a little bit to use a water stream system, and that works much better. So I will post a link in the video description to Sbeev's tutorial. It is fantastic. I will definitely give him credit for most of this working as beautifully as it does. But one of the things I do have to say is I'm probably going to have to build a larger bamboo farm in order to fuel this, because it takes roughly 4 days to fill the system at 15 stacks per 20 minutes or so. And while I'm probably not going to be using the super-smelter like constantly, and having that delay won't be too bad, there may be times where it gets a little bit rough. So we'll see what I can do here. Now, beyond that, I've been attempting to work on design and making this area look a little bit better. Oh, I got a lag spike there. And so, I designed these staircases, and I put in these pillars and supports just to get an idea of how I want things to look, and I'm not entirely sure I like it. With these arches here, but I'm not quite sure what else I might do here. So I'm going to ask your opinion on what you think of this before I start building it through the rest of my my storage system. And so yeah, what do you think of that? Should I build it out and finish the rest of it, or is there something else that you think might look better? I still have to figure out something to design into here as well. So that's pretty much what I've been up to. Recovering from illness. Oh yes, I also put in all of the items that I have into this system, and so yeah, pretty much anything that I've currently got, I just throw into here, and it propagates it to all of this. And it's something I'm pretty proud of, because this took me weeks of design and building, and it's pretty cool. So I think I've got a few other things to do with my storage system. Like, I do have to build sorters in order to make it so that anything that comes through here, if I've got items like say my cobble ends up filling up, and I want it to go to my my smelter in order to be turned into stone, I'm going to have to build a sorter that'll sort through that and then send the appropriate items to the smelter. I also want to do the same thing with anything that can be turned into bone meal. And that'll be coming in the near future. Probably the next episode, so that I can complete my storage system. And in the next few episodes, I'm going to be working on the look of this place, because this is function and no form. This is ugly. This is, lots of floaty stuff, and it's not remotely realistic. So I'm going to work on... Hello, you have stuff. What do you have? Meh. Okay, anyways, there was my ADHD right there. So I'm going to be working on that for the following episode, and start making this actually look like a functional, realistic kind of design. So, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, you guys have been supportive, and you've been wonderful, and I really appreciate your likes and comments, and your support over the past several months. I want to keep doing this. You guys have been letting me know what you think, and I couldn't have done this without that kind of support. So, I'm going to continue to recover. It's going to take me weeks or even possibly months in order to feel 100%. But I'm going to keep working on this base and on this series, and I'm going to try to keep entertaining you guys. And again, wear your mask, because if you don't, and you're sick, and you don't even realize that you're sick because you don't have any symptoms yet, you could be passing this to someone who will not survive it. You may be passing it to someone who can't survive without the job that they're working, that will end up not getting that paycheck they need to pay their rent. And yeah, it's not just about you. We need to all work on this, or on getting through this together. We can do this. So that's all I got to say today. I love all of you guys, and I'm going to see you in the next episode.